Ladies and gentlemen, guys and girls, my name is Raven and welcome to Reavynes Ramble. This is a video where I give you my opinion on a certain topic, but this isn't just my opinion, guys. I really want to hear from you, so whether you agree with me or disagree with me after you've watched the video, doesn't matter. I want to hear your thoughts. Leave a comment down below and make sure you let me know and express yourself. I want this to be a conversation between the two of us or me and all of you out there. There's so many of you lately. So today's topic is, what is World of Warcraft's next Xpac? What is it going to look like? What is the theme? All of that jazz, alright? So I'm going to be giving you my thoughts on my predictions on what I think it's going to be. But before that, let's go into what my predictions were after Warlords of Draenor leading into now what is Legion, okay? Now, everyone, all the YouTubers and everything I was watching, they were all going on about old gods, okay? They all thought it was going to be an old god expansion. They all thought it was going to be like a Queen Azshara underwater expansion type thing. They thought all this crazy shit, and I knew for a fact, and I said it to my brother, all my friends, I've gone, it's not going to be any of that bullshit. They're going to go back to when World of Warcraft was at its peak. So that means like Lich King, all that sort of stuff, they're going to have to do that. Otherwise, World of Warcraft was dead, okay? With Mr. Pandaria, they brought out Warlords of Draenor, but before that, the numbers jumped really fucking high from what they were. They were about 7 million at the arse end of Mr. Pandaria, and then they jumped back up to over 10 million. Why was the reason for this? Because bulk of the people, they didn't really like the setting when it came to Mr. Pandaria. It was too chill, too lovey-dovey, pandas, cute, all that sort of stuff. People were more into World of Warcraft being like a fucking proper role-playing game where you go in, you fuck shit up, there's a big bad you have to kick the shit out of, so on and so forth. This didn't really have that so much. Like, it had the whole emotional Shah thing going on, which people just didn't really like that much. Some people did like it. I personally, I love the aesthetic of it. I think it's one of the most beautiful looking places. I like that aesthetic. I didn't mind it at all, but most people, they didn't like it, which is fair enough. So Blizzard was freaking out a bit. They're like, oh, what do we got to do? We'll go back to orcs. We'll go back to orcs. We'll go back to just that nitty gritty. Got to fuck shit up. You got a big bad, multiple this time. And we're just going to bring forward this massive thing that you have to fight. And everyone loved it. That's why the numbers jumped up so high. Okay, of course, we all know now they absolutely fucking destroyed it with lack of content and just everything like that. But what can you do? That's in the past now. Everyone thought, yeah, we're gonna go old gods and all this sort of shit afterwards. And I'm like, no. Warlords of Draenor at its lowest point, people think it was at like 4 million. I think, personally, from what I saw and everything, they stopped announcing sub numbers and shit, but it was easily around about like 3 million, maybe less, okay? It's jumped back up since then with the launch of Legion, but I said that they needed to go back to something with a bit more fucking meat on it, okay? And what did we get? Legion, Illidan, Demon Hunters. Boom, okay? I was fucking 100% correct. They went back to something that everyone knew. All the old players were like, oh, mother of God, we got Illidan and Demon Hunters. I can play as a Demon Hunter. Fuck yes, I'm in. They catered to all the old people as well to try and get them to come back. And it worked. Legion's numbers spiked up huge. And now everyone once again is like, oh, next expansion. Oh, gods, we'll go for Queen Azshara and stuff. Yes, they've put all these different storylines in. You have the Queen Azshara one, the Titan one. There's so many different little stories they've put in around the place. Here's my prediction, okay? I think they know what works now. They know that in order to get people to play World of Warcraft and be interested in it, like people to return to the game after they've quit, it's going to be a lot harder now because, like I said, some people, they were burnt big time with Warlords of Draenor. They feel really gypped with all the RNG, the time gating, all the bullshit that's in Legion, which most people don't like. You got people who do like it, but then again, we're here to play it like an RPG, an MMO. We're not here to play Diablo in a World of Warcraft skin, okay? My prediction is Brovar. That's right, Mr. Bolvar. He's up in there. Another Lich King type expansion, but it's going to be far different this time because lately what we've been seeing, if you've played a Death Knight, you would know about this. Brovar's kind of going absolutely fucking insane, and he's starting to like just turn people who like come anywhere near his lands into Death Knights and shit. He's just kind of losing it. He's letting the whole Ice Crown Citadel fall apart, and it's like falling to ruin and shit, and he's just losing his mind a little bit. So I think Blizzard knows now what works, and that's going back to nostalgia, okay? Because that's pretty much all this game has left. There's nowhere to go forward. Brand new people who haven't tried this game out, they're not going to be playing the game, or there's going to be very little new players to the game, okay? That's just a fact. It's coming up to like a 13-year-old game or some bullshit. What more can you do with it? Instead of trying to get new players, which there's not going to be that many of, what they need to try and do is they need to try and get old old players to come back. That's extremely hard because, like I said, Blizzard lately have been burning a lot of bridges with the whole private server thing, and just in general with the amount that the game has changed and the fact that they're focusing more on trying to get people to stay as long as they possibly can instead of trying to like fill out a whole bunch of content. To get old people to come back, it's going to be hard, but what's the best way to do that? Nostalgia. If you go, yeah, here's the fucking Lich King coming back and the Scourge 2.0 and all this stuff, but we're going to change it up a little bit like they did with Legion, which the storyline is a fucking major success. No one can deny that. The storyline is beautiful, okay? If they do that, but with Brovi and the Scourge coming back, dude, I'm definitely going to be up for that. I know a lot of people are going to be like, fuck yes, I'm up for that. And I think everyone's being a little short-sighted here. If Blizzard does go for like let's be honest here, old gods, the majority of the people, unless you're a lorehead, they don't care. They don't give a shit. They're like, oh, you mean that like tentacle guy at the end of fucking Ulduar? Okay, like no one cares that much about them. When it comes to Queen Azshara, once again, no one really cares that much. No one, like, I don't know about you guys, but I fucking absolutely would hate an underwater expansion. Water is cool to swim through and everything, but a whole thing based around all the zones being underwater and stuff, it was kind of cool in Kata with those dungeons, but that once again, it wasn't really, it was like being in a fish tank or an aquarium, okay? You're walking through, you can see all everything on the outside, but you're not really underwater. But when it comes to the old gods and Queen Azshara, unless you're a fucking deep lore head into this, like I know the lore behind it all, and even I'm not that interested in those. There's more cooler shit in the game and lore wise that they could go through. If you're not big on the lore, you're not going to really give a shit that much. But the thing is, no matter who you are, you know who the Lich King is. You know who Illidan is. You've heard of it more than you've heard of Queen Azshara and all that sort of stuff, okay? People instantly recognize and click when they go, here, Lich King, Scourge, they go, oh, fuck yes, and they're automatically into it because they've been through it before. You gotta remember, Wrath of the Lich King was the best expansion, number-wise, WoW's ever had. It was the highest peak of numbers. Regardless of what people think, the only way that World of Warcraft is going to survive is going to be to get old players back. Get some new ones if you can. Get the old players coming back. You need to retain what you have now. There's two ways this expansion could go, and it's really fucking cool. You got Brovar, who's going insane, and he's sort of losing it, okay, on one side. The second side, you have Sylvanas, who is doing everything she possibly can to get more Valkyries, so that way she doesn't end up in hell, because if she dies and she doesn't have anyone to replace her, she's fucked, okay? Now, who has Valkyries? Brovar does. He has a bunch of them, okay? She had the scene where she was raising like the dead and stuff, and Garrosh is like, you're no different from the Lich King, and she's like, yeah, but I fight for the Horde, and he's just like, shut up, you fucking smart ass bitch, which was funny as fuck. But she's acting more and more like the Lich King as we go along. So the way I envision this, okay, this will be really cool, is you have Brovar go insane and just lose it, and then him basically just start attacking fucking everyone, okay? Or we have it that he just gives up and just goes, you know what, I can't be fucked with this anymore. And he goes so insane that he just loses control of the Scourge, and they just go fucking everywhere and just seep into every facet of the world and start fucking shit up. And then what we need to do is, obviously, we need to stop him or get him under control. And then you could have a twofold there. What you could do is, after that, you could have Sylvanas obviously try and take over the throne. So if she puts the helmet on, she becomes a Lich Queen. All of a sudden, you know, she can raise as much people as she wants. She can do whatever the fuck she wants. She doesn't die anymore. She can keep herself alive. And that might also be a route that they can go from as well. There is just so much you can do with that storyline. And once again, it all comes back to the fact that everyone knows about the Lich King, everyone knows about Sylvanas, everyone knows about the Scourge, okay? Everyone knows about them. And it just brings back nostalgia across everyone. Even people who aren't deep into lore, they get nostalgia. They go, ooh, Lich King, okay? They love it. It'll be different this time around because with the Arthur story, you had, like I said, that whole redemption sort of thing where he was trying to save his people, Lordaeron went insane, killed his dad, because of Frostmourne, all that stuff happened. This one would be different because Brovar, he did it from a stance of, you know, someone's got to be the Lich King, so I'll do it because I'm already fucked up and I'm going to die anyway because he got, like, you know, dragon breath. And he's like, I'm kind of dying, so why not let it be me? Tyrion, you're too important. Dead now because, you know, Blizzard's just gone, everyone's the true champion in Legion, yay, and killed off fucking Tyrion and all these other little characters. Don't get me started on that. He did it from more of a self-righteous point of view, but now he's sort of losing it, and you could have it from a pure insanity sort of view, which is what they do with the old gods anyway. It would make it very different if you have it that we don't even have to kill him off, okay? The way you could do it as well is, Blizzard could do it, is they could say, okay, we have to go there because we think he's gone insane, but it turns out he's just lost control. He can't handle it. Then we have to try and fix it, and because of course the Scourge have just gone nuts everywhere, someone has to take Brovar's place because he can't handle it anymore. Sylvanas could walk up and be like, I'll do it, me. I'll take control. And then everyone could have a big objection or something. We could, like, you know, have a big fight over it, whatever. And then all of a sudden, boom, Sylvanas could run over, grab it, something along the lines. Maybe Brovar could be like, no, I can do this. And then he actually loses his shit and tries to fight you to, like, you know, say, like, stay away. I got this type of thing, because he knows how bad it is having the helmet on. All that sort of shit. There is so many ways Blizzard could go with it. It just blows my mind to think about how cool this expansion would be. Now, of course, Blizzard could take the safe bet and just go, yes, all gods, yes, Queen Azshara, everyone's been asking for it for ages, and just go with that. But everyone's expecting that, and everyone was expecting that. And what did they do? Blew everyone away right out of left field and just went straight into the Legion expansion, which just, once again, blew everyone away. No one expected it because they were thinking all gods and all that bullshit. This would be another way to do it. This would be another way to just completely throw people off, and no one would expect it. I would, but no one would expect it because everyone would be thinking, oh, we're going to get, finally, we're going to get an all god expansion, right? Or Queen Azshara, or a Titan one. So just to sort of summarize my thoughts here, guys, like I said, my prediction is, I'm laying it down right now, it's going to be Sylvanas getting more Valkyries or becoming the Lich Queen or something, or has something to do with Mr. Brovar and the Scourge. It's going to be Northern's Wrath of the Lich King type expansion of some sort. That's going to be my prediction. Like I said, I could be completely wrong here, and they could take the safe bet with what everyone's been asking for, but I'm pretty damn sure, if we go off what I was right last time and what I thought, that they went just against the grain and just wanted to bring back that nostalgia factor and get as many old players back to the game as possible. I am fairly confident that it's going to be a Brovar Lich King type expansion, maybe some Sylvanas thrown in there, a whole bunch of stuff. So guys, that was my little ramble. Let me know your thoughts. Like I said, I really want to hear first of all, what do you think is going to be the next Xpac? Are you on the old god Queen Azshara train? Are you like, yeah, that sounds really cool? Are you into that? Or do you think that I might be onto something here and they might be trying to go for something completely different that no one's expecting and bring back that nostalgia factor? And lastly, if you stop playing the game and the next Xpac was once again a Brovar Lich King type expansion, would you come back? Would you try it out? Would you play it? Let me know. And obviously, that if you're already playing and you're still playing, would you continue to play knowing that was a thing? Would you be like, fuck you, I want Queen Azshara? Like riding an old god, that'd be that'd be fucking funny. Queen Azshara riding an old god. Okay, before I get carried away, thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. And if you want to see more videos from me, please hit the subscribe button. I shall see you on the next video. Have a good one, guys.